Hey guys, it's Noems here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to play Pokemon fan games on your Mac operating system, even past the Catalina release. So I am actually on Big Sur version 11.4, and I'll be showing you it's possible to play fan games on the latest version. Um, so I guess let's just jump straight into it. Go on Safari. Just type in play on Mac like so into Google and hit the first listing there, and then get started with play on Mac. Give you two options. I'm on 11.4, so I'm just gonna hit 4.4.2 as that's the one I'm using. I've already downloaded this, so I'm just gonna jump back over to my Finder and just render this image from there. Gonna drag that in. Fairly quickly, even though it's 2 gigabytes. So this has been out for quite a while now. I was actually using this for a couple of years actually. After a couple of years, well, I'll say two. Catalina was released in end of 2019, so from then on I started using this Play on Mac feature or software. And it was quite buggy at the start, but they've done a fair amount of work to it, and it's in a very stable position right now. And you may get a few bugs when downloading the game for the first time or importing in new games or first creating the virtual drive, but they're very small and very easy to fix. So there it is. I'm going to just close that off. We don't need this, so eject that. Let's get started. So I'm going to just quickly show you. I don't have Wine installed anywhere on my machine. Jump back into applications. Yeah, Wine is not there. So I'm just going to open up Play on Mac, start the process. For this purpose of this demo, I'm going to be using Pokemon Empire as my fan game, as that's the one I'm currently playing at the moment. I have used this with Pokemon Soulstones, Pokemon Reborn, Pokemon Resurgence, Pokemon Insurgence. They all work for that as well. So when this opens up, we'll get right into it. Do I want to open it? Yes, I do. That always happens when you install something that's not from the App Store. Okay, so I don't want to help Play on Mac to make a, well, I want to help them, but I'm not a fan of sending over information, so I'm going to hit no. Doesn't matter what you click there, yes or no, it doesn't affect the performance of the game. Right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit install, and you're going to start searching for Pokemon, and then, right, Pokemon Reborn. Rest assured, this is not actually installing the fan game Pokemon Reborn. This is installing the engine that is used to play Pokemon Reborn and all the other fan games that are on the RPG Maker software. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit install. Yep, next. This is not related to wine. That's correct. Next. Right, yep, this was created by the Reborn team. Next to that, Catalina uses 32-bit wine version, no longer available. Yep, we know that. They're going to use a system wine that is probably in the installation package when you first download Play on Mac. So I'm going to hit next. Right, what this is doing is basically installing a virtual drive folder under your main root user account. And that is where all your fan games will be, and that is where all your saved files will be as well. And I'll show you that a little bit later on. Depending on the size of the fan game, I mean, most fan games have run perfectly fine. I say most. In fact, all of them have run fine. Looks like it's about to be finished. Microsoft fonts are not installed. Oh, thank you very much. I will appreciate that. They'll install it for me. Let's agree. Enter. So these aren't actually Pokemon fonts that you find in a fonts folder. This in where when you normally download a fan game, you'd find Pokemon fonts that you'd install, or if you're on Windows, these are actually Windows fonts. I believe the Reborn component, the engine that we installed earlier, has a lot of the original Pokemon fonts in there anyway. So, okay, user setup file on my computer, zip or RAR. Now, depending on what format the fan game is downloaded in. In my case, it's downloaded as a RAR format, as I'm using the Unarchiver program that you can download. I'm going to select RAR. If you select zip and the format is a .rar, it will not work, and you'll be asked to recreate this virtual drive. So make sure these two is a RAR, and you're selecting RAR here. Okay, hit next on that. I'm going to browse for it. Downloads, Empire, open. Next. Please wait while PlayOnMac is handling it. What this is doing is basically extracting, unzipping that RAR file and placing those contents within that virtual drive you've just created. Warning to avoid, right, this is a big warning. Avoid a big log file, you should type into debug flags, fix me all. Right, I'll show you what to do in just a second. It's very easy, just as the steps that I've just shown you. Basically, as you play PlayOnMac, a log file is created, and in the background there's some messages that what a log file normally contains. And what's happened to me in the past is that log file has built up and built up and built up, and it got to the point where it was 200 gigabytes long after just maybe about 2 weeks of playing. I think it was Insurgents at that time, and my Mac gave me a warning saying the space is running out, and that was the reason. So this is very important. I'm going to hit next on that, and there we go. Well, it's not Pokemon Reborn, it's Pokemon Empire. So first things first, let's just change the name on that. Sometimes it can get a little bit buggy, like it does sometimes the buttons may not work, so just X out of that, reopen it. There you go. Configure. Right, there we go. So change the name to Empire, that's what it is. Right, this is the debug flag. This is where you put fix me, FIXME -all, and that will stop that log file auto generating. Oops. Why don't need to do anything with that. You don't need to install any components, no matter how appealing they may look. These may break your virtual drive, and it's not needed for Pokemon fan games at all, so you can ignore this. Display, I don't remember. I think I may have messed around with the settings here, but these settings are fine. Miscellaneous, that's fine as well. Okay, so I'm going to X out of that, and I'm going to run it. What are more fonts to use? Right, so this is probably going to install the fonts. Yep. Restart the game. Yes, I do. That sort of thing happens in Windows as well, so that's not unusual. Okay, so I'm not going to hit new game. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my save file, and I'm gonna show you where to put that and where the save files are located. So I'm gonna X out of that, and I am going to first of all navigate to my user folder. So in my case, my user is called test. Yours may be your name or whatever. So navigate to your main user file folder, and you want to hit PlayOnMac virtual drive. So just double click on that. This is that Reborn component we installed in the very first step. Expand that. This is that log file I was talking about. It's only 8 kilobytes, and it hasn't increased when I booted the game up the first time. So that is exactly how you want it. It may increase to 100 kilobytes or 200, but that's fine. It will not get to the point where it goes to 200 gigabytes, and if so, for some miraculous reason, it does happen. Just you can actually delete the play on the log file, and the game will work anyway. But yeah, so Pokemon Reborn into your C drive. Right, this is where the game file is that we just made. So Coconut Empire. Expanding that will give the actual contents of the download of the extracted raw file over there. So I'm gonna just find users. There you go. Right, so just to go back a few steps, just to make sure that you got this right. So into your user folder, PlayOnMac virtual drive, into your C drive, into your users, then you want to hit crossover. You may recognize a few of these folders from Windows, such as My Documents, My Music, and all that. This is the one you want to see, so you want to go to Save Games at the bottom. That is where your save files will be. I've got none at the moment, so I'm just going to drag that into there, and then I'm going to run it once more. I did a not quite in that folder. Let me just let me just drag that in. All right, there you go. All right, let me just exit out that and run it again. There we go. I can see my screen has changed size. Right, there you go. There's my save file. Just kind of show you a bit of how it performs. So this is without the speed up button. There is sound, by the way. It's in my headset, so don't worry about that. There not being sound. Yeah, and the speed button on a Mac is actually, I'm gonna lower this. I can't actually hear myself. Is the command key. So hitting that makes it move like that. So it's definitely manageable. I've got my Mac is a i7, so it's pretty decent. And yeah, I'm gonna quickly jump into a wild battle and show you performance of that. So over there, I believe there's a wild battle over here. There. Okay, so that didn't take long. Cool. Done fast. This is with the speed up button activated, so it's not crazy fast, but it's definitely faster. And I think it's the perfect speed, to be honest. Oh. Yep. Right. When we've regained, yep. Oh, match punch. Perfect. Why not, eh? Revenge. I can go. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So hopefully this has been useful. Please let me know. I'm in the Discord in Pokemon Empire, so feel free to reach me on there. Yeah. So save that. And, well, you can see another save file has populated. Anyways, take care and catch you guys